Welcome to another episode of Dealing with Business and People. I want y'all to join me for a ride on this nice sunny day as I talk to you about vibes. Do you have them? How do you give them? Positive or negative? I'm not going to talk your ears off today because I know the attention span of some of you are very, very small. Some of you. I didn't say all of you. I know who just comes to, just to say hi and who actually listens to anything or I say or for my videos or watch. I know who watches and who doesn't. Let's just put it that way. All right, so today I want to talk to you about vibes. Vibes, that's right. I would like to talk about positive vibes. Just like a cough going around, vibes are contagious. Would you agree or would you not agree? If somebody is negative, they're going to be giving off negative vibes. You can feel this, you can sense it, and it becomes contagious. It can literally change your mood for the worse. Now, how do you catch positive vibes? Or how do you give out positive vibes? This should be fairly easy. But we all know that supporting those around us is easier than said than done. How do you know how to best help somebody? Or a YouTube friend? Or a Facebook friend? What is the right question to ask them? What are their troubles? What are their worries? How do you handle that? How do you deal when you go through a frustrating week and it might be too heavy and the conversation just might feel like it's just too much to handle right now? How do you tell them? The next time you want to give your pal a boost, try capitalizing on positive events, for one thing. Connecting all around the good things that we experience rather than, let's say, gossip, YouTube gossip or Facebook gossip, YouTube, Instagram, all the social media gossip. Improve both the mood and your self-esteem in both parties, all right? Strengthen the relationship, That's what you do. Capitalizing on positive events, and it could be as basic as a 5-minute conversation, let's say, in which you ask a friend or a family member or an acquaintance to tell you about a good thing that happened today. Don't dwell on negative and let people dictate a frustrating conversation from a frustrating week you just had. Let's focus on positivity here. Tell a friend you don't want to hear nothing about that stuff. You want to hear about something that good happened, that week. Or something that y'all both can agree upon and congratulate each other on. Your answer could be anything as small as biting into a surprisingly crisp apple or something. I had an apple today and it was delicious. Now see, that's positive, Unless, of course, the apple is rotten and you bit into a worm or something. But see, there you go. I'm trying to tell y'all to distinguish between the two. Rewording your words. That rotten apple doesn't have to be talked about. And if you express things differently, you can change it to a positivity. Obviously, as the apple is rotten, you're not going to say nothing about an apple. You feel me? Sometimes you got to keep things to yourself. Don't spread your negativity. Let's say your daughter or your son got accepted into a school of his or her dreams. The only requirements are that the events were positive. and that your daughter, your pal, or your chum, or whatever it is you're conversing about, is comfortable talking about it. You know? Don't put people on a spot where they feel uncomfortable. How you do that is, what was the best thing that happened to you today? That's how you start off. Try this exercise. You control this conversation the way you want to have it. Stay away from negative talk. It doesn't serve you any justice. And it certainly doesn't serve the other party any justice. Nobody gets nowhere. And y'all just as miserable as two peas in a pot. Misery loves company, trust me. And people will bring you down to their level. They don't want to see you happy, especially if they're unhappy. You know, you can learn a lot from asking that question. What's the best thing that happened to you today? Some of the variations might be of that nature. What made you smile today? Did you see anything that made you stop and laugh? You know, just start off with something like that, you know? There's no need to be picky. Just accept the first thing that your friend says, and then take it from there, all right? You can either fill them in on what you're doing, saying something like, hey, I heard about this new kind of conversation. I wanted to try it, you know? Well, tell me about that something good that happened to you today. Just keep it casual, you know? It might sound scripted, but Greater Goods, subjects said once they got started on this practice, any awkwardness just dissipated, and the conversation just feels natural. You see, you got to retrain your mind and just naturally begin to walk and talk positive thoughts, you know? And if you practice these exercises, it will start to feel natural. I know it doesn't feel unnatural to ask somebody out the blue how their day was. It doesn't hurt to ask somebody that. It shows you that you care, and you should care. If this person is a friend, correct? All right. So as long as we're on the same page now the next thing you want to do is give them your undivided attention. They got your ear forever. How long? You're showing them that you can be there and you can be a good listener. People like a good listener. People like somebody that's not going to keep interrupting them in the middle of a conversation, all right? So, all right, listening is key. It's crucial to having a good friend and a productive conversation. You're showing them that you can be a friend by listening and shutting the heck up, you know? So, responding in an active, constructive manner means putting down anything distracting like Instagram or your Facebook or scrolling while this person's talking. That's a spit in the face, in my opinion. Make eye contact with this person. Smile. Cheering them as they're talking about it. And making enthusiastic comments as appropriate. Don't look that fake. Don't look that awkward, you know, by saying, like you're not being natural. Be natural in a caring kind of way, if that makes sense. If somebody tells you about a promotion, for example, that might say, oh, your hard work is paying off, or you must be so excited, rather than saying something more like, you know, responsibility. You're being responsible, you know? There's different ways to wording things. This doesn't mean you can't have tough conversations or express your concerns. It's just not the focus of this particular exercise at this given time. It's not what you want to focus on. Number 3, encourage yourself to ask questions. This shows enthusiasm about what it is they're saying and their intentions as far as the good day, why they had such a good day, you know? You can coax the conversation along by asking constructive, positive questions. Your friend tells you he made an important headway on a new project he's been working on, you know, whether it be the gunslinger or a new prototype squeegee or something to that nature. You can ask about what it entails and how, you know, how it felt when it made that victory, when you made progress, you know. If your mom drank a truly stellar cup of coffee, let's say, ask her to describe it. How did it smell? What did it taste like? How did it improve your day? People miss conversations, man. Like that cup of coffee, did it have a nutty kind of aroma? Be enthusiastic about life. Be enthusiastic about the conversation. People don't know how to hold a conversation anymore. Ask questions. It doesn't hurt. People want you to ask questions. They don't want to feel like they're the only one talking, okay? So, the next thing you want to do is, this is number 4. You see, I write these thoughts down for you guys, things that I want to say, and steps that can help you on your way to being the best version of yourself. Project positivity forward, you know? Keep the good vibes going by eluding to the future. Negative future, that is, you know? So, I'm sure, like, in your life journey, you've learned some helpful leadership skills from one source or another. You will probably continue to learn leadership skills as you constantly trying to improve yourself and your business. You will learn these things. You will learn to do what it takes. Leadership skills is key. Now you'll be able to take that vacation you've been planning because you worked so hard for it. And you deserve it. You deserve the best. And again, the focus isn't to banish any negativity. It's to focus on the positive in a short moment, because you don't want to focus on negativity. You know, negativity, you can't get rid of it completely. It's going to exist. The only thing you could do is focus on the good things that you could take out of the negativity and turn it around into a positive situation. Because just like good and evil, good cannot exist without evil, and evil cannot exist without good. Sometimes something bad has to happen to you for you to realize the good things that you have in life that we take for granted. Every day you wake up, it's a good day. It's a good day. You know why? Because you get a do-over. And that's just outstanding. Marvelous. Simply marvelous, darling. Next thing you want to do is trade off. So the focus of this exercise and on those around you, don't you deserve a little time to talk to? It's not always about them. And yes, you can say you had a good day too. After a few practice conversations to see how you can bring positivity in their life, find someone who can return the favor. Somebody who cares as much as you care. This is how you wean out who your true friends really are. Do they really care what you're saying? There's ways to find out who cares and who doesn't. This is one exercise that I've been trying to tell you this if you've just been listening. Maybe you could switch on off days or something, you know? Or spend 5 minutes talking about your partner's day, and then 5 minutes discussing your own, you know? Just to be sure to keep up the focus on whoever says what. Not thinking ahead of your own interests or your own relationship building benefits, you know? Again, it might feel weird kicking off the conversation with something like unconventional, like exercise and practice of positivity when you're so used to being negative, but give it a try. Give it a try. See if you can make yourself happy for the day. These are things that's going to put a smile on your face, because you just might learn something. Give it a try. The next time you're chatting with a friend, or your Facebook friend, or your YouTube buddy or co-worker, you know, what you'll likely find, it feels more natural than you think. And it will feel more meaningful than a typical, how are you? I'm fine. You want to go have a cup of coffee? But this is Masters at Work. And Macafacalacca, peace, peace, peace. I'll see you in the next one.